What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla SPY and the overall markets. Just note that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total, not to mention an 8.1% APY on uninvested cash. The offer ends in just 8 days. Anyways, for Tesla, we got a nice inverse head and shoulders like structure that is panning out. Tesla was getting very, very tight today as we had a pennant that was forming. But then what happened was we got a very, very nice breakout out of this pennant, which helped us get back above the 350 area. That was a nice green day that we got almost up 4%. So Tesla is up quite nicely so far. What the question is, what's going to happen from this point on? I presume the most likely case is we do see more upside, but I'll talk more about this in just a couple of minutes. I first want to talk about this. There was some news right here about how Tesla has converted a Shell gas station into a supercharger. I think it's very, very cool. You guys can see this picture right over here that just shows the before and after. So this is like the before, and then this is right over here is the after. So cool stuff. Of what's going on involving the new products and then more and more of these companies that are adopting their superchargers. So I just wanted to call that out. That's a good piece of news for Tesla, and Tesla's doing a good job at holding up. Now, for the week ahead for Tesla in the markets, it's going to be a very short week. On Monday, we have some Fed manufacturing numbers coming out at 10:30 a.m. Then we have a couple of bill auctions at 11:30 a.m. And then for Tuesday, we just have just some manufacturing numbers at 10 o'clock a.m. again. Then we have the FOMC minutes, at 2 p.m. And then besides that, for Wednesday, we have a lot of pieces of data. Most of them are quite minor, from GDP numbers to initial jobless claims and everything. They're basically throwing everything out on Wednesday because the market's going to be closed on Thursday, and we only have half a day on Friday. So hopefully that's as clear as possible. We're just going to take this one day at a time. Just a couple of minor pieces of data at 10:30 a.m. on Monday, then a few bill auctions. That's pretty much it. Monday is going to be a more quiet day. Now, for the week, just know this. We have the full trading days for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then for Thursday, it's going to be Thanksgiving. The stock market's going to be closed. And finally, for Friday, we have a short trading day as the market's going to be closing at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Black Friday. So just keep that in mind. Thursday is going to be a full day of closure for the stock market. And Friday, we have half a day only. So just keep that in mind. We have only 3 full trading days for the week. It's going to be a short week. So I will talk about how that could affect things for earnings. This will be the last thing I talk about before I break down the charts. We have Bed Bath & Beyond and Body Works, not to mention Zoom, coming out for Monday. Lots of retail on Tuesday involving like Kohl's, Best Buy, and a few more. So we'll talk about how that could end up affecting us later on. So as far as Tesla goes, we have a very, very nice accumulation-like structure. We're holding our 20 EMA very, very nicely. And as long as Tesla does not lose 350, this does favor upside a little bit more. If 350 fails, let's look at 240, the 246 area, which is where we had previous tough resistance becoming support. And if 246 fails us, we dip back down to 341. Did I say 2? I'm sorry about that, guys. 346 will be support alongside 341. That's where our 20 EMA happens to be. And if we're bullish, you want to see Tesla hold above 350 to continue this push, which will eventually lead us to about the 362 plus area. So just keep that in mind. I think the most likely possibility is with this inverse head and shoulders, as long as Tesla holds 350, we will eventually make our way up slowly towards that 362 target. And as of right now, it looks more bullish. For SPY, we're looking more bullish. There is a rising wedge-like structure that is developing, but the chart is favoring upside as we're approaching 598 as our potential target. I think we're doing a good job at holding up. So as long as SPY does not lose 594 and 592, we're favoring a push for 598. I think we will be pushing up there. And we'll see what happens as we try to get closer to all-time highs. So look for more upside as the most likely possibility. ES looks more bullish. We'll try to fill this imbalance up here, taking us up to 6,000 most likely. As long as 5980 and 5950 don't break, we favor upside for that 6,000 target. Bitcoin is looking more bullish. We'll have to see if we could continue to break out. We could be on our way up to about that 100,000 mark. We could slow down the closer we get to it, though. So just keep that in mind as it's going to be a very psychological level. And there might be a lot of profit taking at 1,000 just to start things off. Later on, Bitcoin will break the 100,000s and continue to squeeze. I'm just saying that for the short term, We might touch 100,000, maybe slow down afterwards. So just keep that in mind. For Nvidia, excuse me, Nvidia, we had a bearish divergence and a bit of a rejection here. It is possible we dip closer to about 140 to 138, and we'll see if we bounce or not. So keep that in mind. For other factors, we also happen to have NQ run a very, very strong uptrend so far. As long as it does not lose 20,800, this is favoring a push for 20,900 and eventually the 21,000 mark. For the QQQ, we also look more bullish as we're holding up very, very nicely. As long as you don't lose 503.5 to 504, we're favoring that gap fill for 508.75 for more upside for the QQQ. The 4 hour is looking quite nice on the QQQ, and also if you look at the daily time frame, we have this gap to fill. We have very bullish looking candlesticks right over here, so it is technically favoring a little bit more upside is the most likely possibility. As long as you don't lose 503 and 501, I favor upside a bit more. For Apple, we also look more bullish as we're making higher highs and higher lows. We'll see if we break past 230. If that's the case, we're looking for 232 as our target. For Netflix, Netflix is looking quite good. We're looking at 900 as our target. It's going to be a little tough at this 900 area as we're starting to consolidate. So we could dip closer towards this like 888 area before it tries to bounce again. There might be some consolidation, maybe a small dip, but then it could bounce again as time goes on. For MSTR, we look pretty nice. We'll have to see if 420 holds. If 420 holds, we're looking for a bounce for 450. If it does not hold, we're looking for a dip all the way down to 400 and all the way back down to 370. So give this some time to develop as we see this moving forward. The IWM Russell 2000 has 240 as our resistance and then 242. We have a nice inverse head and shoulders. We could be looking for 240 and we'll see how it reacts to that. Coin is looking quite nice. We have 307 as our resistance. We'll see if we break it or not. Look for a test of 307, see what kind of reaction we get from it, but I do anticipate a little bit more upside. Amazon's looking weaker. We need to reclaim 200. Otherwise, I do see a risk of 196 and 194. Meta is also looking weaker. We're making lower highs here. We need to reclaim 564. Otherwise, there's a risk of us coming back down to 555. So keep that in mind as well. Microsoft's on making lower highs here. So we're going to be looking for a test of just under 418. 418 to 420. If we don't break past that, we could touch that and reject and start tipping for 412. And last but not least, we have Google. Google's on a bit of a downtrend, getting these rejections. If we try to break past 168, we could push higher. Otherwise, there's a risk of us dipping to lower levels. And 165 becomes a stronger possibility. So we'll give this the time it needs. I thank you all so much for listening, guys. I want to make this video very short and simple for now. I'll be back to give you guys another updates tomorrow. So I just want to thank you all once again so much for listening. Know that Tesla's doing a good job at holding its 20 EMA and it's looking very promising right now. So it's a good sign for next week. So long as we hold these levels, I think there is a lot more upside potential. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your guys' Friday. Have a very, very great night and stay safe out there, guys. I know the weather is becoming more stormy for a lot of places in the US. So just take care, stay safe, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys very soon and peace out.